Yo, guys, welcome back to In Control. It's me, James, and my co-host Matthew, and Jason is back after a 3-week absence. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. Short menu, but I'm not gonna say it's a short episode because every time I say it's a short episode, it's not a short episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna go right into the menu today. Just topics to talk about, but a lot of stuff to talk about in those three topics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm great at English. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Canada soccer, obviously, York United news, and then Toronto FC.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just this is being recorded on this Saturday. I don't know when this is coming out. The game it's probably gonna come out tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. So this will be before the USA game.
Well, depends. Did you do the thumbnail yet?
No, I didn't. But even
So it's coming
I'll
out
do it after.
tomorrow on Sunday.
No, I can still do a thumbnail quick. The thumbnail
No,
takes like
it's
5 minutes.
It's late.
It is late. We are recording this
Uh,
at like 11:30 p.m. Imagine if we got it
Okay.
a.m.
So we're
So
just gonna jump right into it.
Mhm.
We're gonna start with Canada soccer.
before
Obviously,
we get into Canada, just make
oh
sure like
yeah,
and
yeah,
subscribe down below real quick. It
what?
takes 2 seconds of your time and it helps out the channel a lot. Let's get to 25 subs and you'll see the thick boy tier list. I think we're at 19 right now.
Oh,
So let's bump that
we
up.
changed the bar. We're changing the bar now,
Well,
eh?
you said last video that if we hit 20 in 24 hours, then we do the thick boy tier list. So it's 25
Okay.
because they didn't hit it.
I mean,
So
I
25, and
got
then
you. I
we'll
got
do
you.
the thick boy
Yeah,
tier list.
that makes sense.
Okay. So jump right into Canada
Mm-hmm.
soccer. We're gonna talk about Honduras and Canada, which you could go watch us react to that if you want to see. We stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
Different accounts,
They'll
by
be
the
in the
way,
description.
just
Obviously, in
so
control
I
on
don't get
YouTube.
banned. Obviously, James was streaming on YouTube. I was streaming on Twitch, but it's
Yeah,
basically the
he's
same
got that
thing.
Twitch partnership.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's XMatHC on Twitch and in control,
yeah. On
obviously,
this
channel you're
channel, yeah.
watching on now for YouTube. Links will be in the description either way for the Twitch. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we go watch a reaction now if you want to. Um, so obviously Canada 2-0 dub against Honduras away. Send. Okay, I'm not even. I keep
That name,
forgetting.
yeah, that name's hard.
Is it San Pedro Sula? I keep
I
forgetting
think
the name.
so.
San Pedro Sula. Okay, so basically, first off, already the crowd was kind of shit. Okay, well, I'm not saying shit because they still brought energy, but usually that stadium's packed. I don't know if they had COVID reduction, but people saying they weren't, and some people were just saying that they basically just gave up on them. Basically, it was like they're done. They have no shot, especially because they have USA and Canada this window, and it was like they basically got no shot. So that's why it wasn't full. I wanted like a full San Pedro Sula blasting music, throwing piss bags, but I didn't get that energy
Yeah,
unfortunately. Which would could have deteriorated us, not deteriorated us, but could have made it harder for my
yeah.
squad. But still, I wanted to see that. But it's fine. Helped us anyways,
Actually,
so
I just
I
looked
can't
up
complain.
San Pedro Sula, which is the city that I
Yeah.
think they played in. And the first thing people also ask is San Pedro Sula safe? And Google's just like, San Pedro Sula is unsafe to visit. It has many dangers. You should be aware that tourist hotspots, public transportation, and some streets are places where most thefts and pickpocketing occur, and that
Nice,
violent crime exists on the streets too.
nice.
Be safe, any
Also,
Okay,
Canadians who went
James,
over.
yeah, no,
I
there's
just
no
wanted to
shot.
say, you started out the podcast strong by swearing.
You love to
I
see
don't know if
it.
you want. Yeah, I
Wait,
don't know
I
if you
didn't
wanted me.
swear. You say I
You
didn't
did.
swear?
You
You
fully
did.
did.
Oh,
Like, yeah, it
Yeah, I
is
don't
what
know
it
if you
is.
want me to keep counting anymore, but
when did
that's
I?
why.
When did I say it? When?
You said the SHI
Okay, I don't think that one's
Wait, but
that
Jason,
that bad.
when did James ask? That's what he's wondering.
last podcast. He
Okay,
said to keep
so
count.
okay, yes. Can you actually count? Can you actually count for me in your head or
Yeah.
write it down? Okay, thanks. And tell me at the end of the podcast, or you give me an update halfway if you want. Okay, so back to the game. I think it kind of went how we planned it. Obviously we are kind of worried. Demons. We go back to World Cup qualifying last time. The 8-1. All we needed was a draw to make it to the hexagonal, and then we lost 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
Like people forget that wasn't even the last round of World Cup. That was just to get to the freaking last round of World Cup qualifying. All we needed was a draw. Not even a win. We needed a draw, and it was 8-1. But we're not talking about that because we destroyed those demons now. It's in
Mm-hmm.
the past. So it was more of a meaningful in terms of just defeating the past.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of because we obviously been talking about then the new wave of Canada and obviously beating Mexico and tying USA and is part of that, but also Honduras was just someone that had our number, so it was important to get that win. But yeah, I think it played out just how we wanted to. Um, we scored early. We said, okay, we're gonna invite the pressure. Come to us, because when you invite pressure, you're gonna have to send people,
Mhm.
and you'll just leave it right up. You'll leave yourself sub. Okay, I'm not. You know
Susceptible.
what?
Susceptible to a
Susceptible.
counterattack.
Today's
Yes.
not my day. Today's not my
I
day,
mean, like, our
boys. Today's not my
counterattack did
day.
look dangerous. Times that
I mean,
Jonathan David, we just smacked the ball up to Jonathan David. Kyle Aaron isn't as quick, but he
Allen
looked
was
like he
still
was
quick on
holding
that
it
one
up well
time.
for Buchanan to run onto it. I mean, like,
Mhm.
our counterattack was deadly throughout most of the game. I think we scored
No, like I'm
both.
saying,
How did we score the second one? Yeah, both goals were off
yeah, obviously it's
counterattacks.
like going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, yeah, the second one was like 3 passes, boom, down.
Hmm.
You have your 38-year-old center back who used to play for Wigan. Like I was watching some video with someone reacting to it or something, and they're like Figueroa, and he was saying, "Oh my God, this guy," because he's like, bro, this man's older than Borjan playing center
Yeah.
back. So I don't even I think he still plays for Houston Dynamo too. Anyways, shout out to Wigan.
Hmm.
Where are they now? League Two, League One,
I'll check.
Championship? Where's Wigan
I
nowadays?
think they're in League One. Jason, do you remember the last time Nottingham Forest played Wigan?
Uh,
Oh, nice one.
Nice. People are gonna think that they're like fucking audio as fuck now
yeah.
when they're
I
listening
have
to this
no idea.
shit.
They're actually in League One.
Must
Okay,
have
League
just slipped
One.
my mind.
They
They're in the
tied their last
championship.
game 0-0, and Cheltenham had a red card in the 92nd minute.
Damn. Cheltenham, yo, that's just like an irrelevant club. Okay, so
They
just
actually did
dissing
beat the
Cheltenham for no
Arsenal
reason.
U21s in the Football League Trophy.
FA Trophy.
Yeah, in the no, yeah, well, it says Football League Trophy,
Okay.
and it does not look like Marcelo
Yeah.
Flores was on the team.
Because he's with the Mexico U21s, the U20s right now.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay, anyways, back like I said before, I think the game went exactly how we wanted it to. We come at them, we score the goal early, boom, susceptible, invite pressure, force you guys to create openings in your midfield and back line, and we counter and we won. Shout out to Borjan, just 2 world-class saves, kept us in
Oh,
the game. Could have arguably came with a maybe even a loss, because if Borjan doesn't save that first goal, we don't that counter attack doesn't happen to David,
exactly.
and they might have scored that second header and it's 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to thank Barton for that. Also, it's a homecoming for him in Hamilton, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even know, he probably hasn't been to Hamilton for a while. Maybe he visits,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
but he
Um,
definitely hasn't played there in a long
I don't know.
time.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure. I was kind of hoping Corbiano would be there too, because it's his hometown. But
yeah, and
so I don't think there's gonna be
are
many.
we gonna leak? What's gonna happen tomorrow? Who's gonna be at the game?
I mean, Leak is gonna be at the game.
We're gonna be at
Oh,
the game tomorrow.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we will be at the
Oh
game
yeah.
tomorrow in Hamilton. So InControl meetup at halftime for sure.
Oh yeah.
200 level center field. I don't know if we're east or
Yeah.
west or north
No,
south.
because we can't do that, because then the thing's gonna collapse, because everyone in the stadium is gonna be
Oh,
there. We're gonna
facts.
have to do it on
Yeah.
ground level. We're gonna have to do it
Yeah,
on ground
last
level.
time at
Yeah.
BMO Field it was crazy. Jason had to come
It was
in a
crazy.
helicopter to pick us up after the game. It was crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
All you 19 dedicated fans really
Yeah.
really love us. So
Yeah.
we appreciate
We
it, but
respect.
there is
Mhm.
COVID.
Yeah.
I'm boosted up. We need to just, leave some space, some breathing room.
Even
But
though it's
yeah,
outside.
anyway, back to
Okay.
reality. Borjan absolutely clapped cheeks. I think he should have got man of the match. I don't know who got it. I think it was like Jonathan David or something. They ended up giving it to.
I don't even know. I don't remember. I think we both did. We both say Born. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we did.
At our end of the stream, I think we both went Born man of the match. Yeah, that was great from him. That's probably one of the best games I've seen him play for Canada, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh, it does
So
look like
oh,
Borjan was man of the match. I'm not 100% sure
okay,
on
good.
that, but
There's probably a bunch for like SofaScore, Foot Mob. If like if One Soccer didn't matter the match, if like Spark Sports, like it depends on who. It could have been so many. I
mhm.
don't know if Concacaf did one officially. I'm not sure. Anyways, obviously we're gonna be facing USA tomorrow, Tim Hortons Field. It's gonna be a big one. Obviously, 50% capacity doesn't matter. It's gonna be, I think, -21. Wind chill's probably gonna be crazy.
Mhm.
Um,
Bring your
like
hat
I said
toques.
before,
Bring your fucking
we're
gloves.
we're I'm just gonna say we're
Sweater
gonna clap
up.
the USA cheeks. Like I said before, this is dangerous to say. High risk equals high rewards. We're gonna talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if it works, it's gonna be amazing. If it doesn't, it's gonna be
Wait, hold up.
absolutely shit.
Is there a
It's
lot
gonna
of
be
snow in Hamilton?
no. I don't think it snowed. But it's
Oh,
just cold. It's literally just cold, like
yeah.
cold as shit.
Because I was gonna say if it snowed as much as it did in Toronto, Atakugbe could maybe do another one of those celebrations after we score a goal and he'd just dive into
Maybe
the
an actual
snow.
like little like snow angel, but
Maybe
we'll
that'd
see.
be dope.
We'll see. We'll see if they have any cool celebrations. But yeah, like I said before, um, now I don't remember what I said before. What was I saying before?
Hamilton, Tim Hortons Field, Canada, USA.
I know that, but I was going on for something and I forgot what I was gonna say.
I love how I have in the notes 2:45 Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, that's not happening anymore.
That's not happening anymore, mate. Yeah, it's not happening anymore.
We will be live for the El Salvador game though, 100%. We're definitely not going to that game. 100%.
Imagine we just go to Han Salvador now.
Zavaleta flies us out.
Zavaleta's injured.
Yeah, he can still fly us out.
Okay, that's true. Still fly us out. Okay. Back to the Canada USA game. Like I said before, that's what I was saying. We're gonna go all out. We're gonna talk our shit. Do we deserve to talk our shit? Some people say no. Some people say yes. Obviously, recent times we've done very well. History does not say we've been doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll leave it to you if we're able to talk shit. But I'm just gonna go for it. If it works, it's gonna be fucking amazing. If it isn't, it's be absolutely shit. Canada MNT Twitter is gonna be devastated, but it's worth it.
But at the end of the day, if we lose, just blame Faiz. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll blame Faiz. Yeah. But if we're being realistic, all that's just gonna happen. It's gonna be a fucking 0-0 draw on a cold night in Hamilton. So, if we're being completely honest, also fuck Pulisic. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you also see? Okay, no, I'm not talking politics. Never mind.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the truckers or whatever the fuck.
No. It's something involving a player not being able to come because they weren't vaccinated on the USA and they were bitching.
Who was it?
We're not talking about that. Weah.
Oh, he's not vaccinated. Whatever.
No, he only has one shot or something like that.
But is it one of those things like he got his one shot like recently?
It's like one of those things where you're not allowed to come because he had COVID recently, and he said if a certain amount of days if you have COVID and you have to have your I don't know. I saw lots of bitching, but I'm not gonna get into. We don't.
Was he even gonna start? Let's be honest. Weah's not that good.
No, he's been starting for them because they don't have that much wingers. But I think Brandon Harrison was probably gonna play that game either, and Pulisic got taken off in like the 60th minute last game, so I think it would have been Brandon Harrison and Christian Pulisic either way. Okay. But still, that if they had a chance to bitch about that, they would.
Mm-hmm. And if they lose, they're gonna blame it on that 100%. But realistically, like
no, but they can't. No. But we're just gonna. I don't care. They can blame whatever. We're just gonna talk shit either way.
Yeah.
They keep saying it's okay. Never mind.
Win, lose, or tie, we're gonna chat shit. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're gonna chat shit. It's not gonna end well if we lose because USMNT Twitter, freaking Mexico. It won't even be just USMNT. Actually, probably will be. To be fair, I think that's the only time the Mexicans will be on our side is if USMNT talk shit about us. Probably. That's the only time I think they would ever be on our side. But either way,
I feel like Canada's like the awkward third wheel in like the rivalry in CONCACAF.
Yeah, we are. We're like
because it's the USA and Mexico that realistically are like the two historically the best teams in CONCACAF. Yeah. And then Canada's just like lately kind of like snuck up in the conversation there, and we're like, "Ayo, what's up? We're going for
in the MLS." The real rivalries in the Cascadia Cup, it's Vancouver, Seattle, and Portland. But the real rivalries between really Portland and Seattle, no one really gives a shit about Vancouver, but Vancouver's technically part of it.
Yeah.
But this rivalry kind of just goes between. I guess it's just because other sports were kind of rivals too, so it kind of just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're neighboring countries too, so
yeah.
In terms of just other news, maybe some transfers. Theo Baer reported.
So we're not gonna do the predicted lineups.
Are we gonna do predicted lineups?
Yeah, I have it.
I think it's gonna be okay.
Come on, Schmuck. It's like right there.
Net.
Yeah, obviously we're gonna put Borjan in net.
That's what gets interesting. Okay, I think Johnston.
Or do you think we're going back 3 or back 4?
Oh, that's true. Is he gonna do some next shit?
I think he might do some next shit. I could definitely see Larea playing. Not a force icon. Back 4. So what, Larea?
It's gonna be some flexible shit either way. Yeah, sure, Larea. We're gonna go 4-4-2. Jesse better be fucking counting. Larea right back.
Mm-hmm.
Then
probably Vittoria.
and Miller.
And Miller, yeah.
I think he'll use Kennedy in the last game again.
Kennedy?
Yeah, no, I'm saying for next game he'll
Oh,
use Kennedy.
I was gonna say Adekugbe.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe they go
Adekugbe.
Gutierrez. Maybe they go Gutierrez, but
I don't see that. I
like
don't see that
Gutierrez,
happening.
Adekugbe.
And then probably
Um,
Buchanan on the right. With like Eustachio in the middle. And probably K.
oh yeah, that's something I have to talk about too. So Eustachio is reported that he is in Hamilton and he's getting tests today to see if he's able to play tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's unsure if he'll play, but we're just gonna. I don't think he'll start though, because he just came back from COVID.
So who do you think? Hutch and K?
I don't
Or
even
Frazier
know
and
if Hutch
K?
would play. As honestly, I think they might even play as Osorio.
I think Frazier K
Yeah,
in the
I
midfield
mean,
might actually be pretty good.
if you want to play Frazier, play Frazier. I think they
Yeah,
want
it
Osorio,
is a
but yeah.
prediction. Don't take this as 100% fact.
And then it's Liam Millar.
But I will say, yeah, Liam Millar on the left.
He's a left winger. He's played striker for a little bit in his career, but
Or do you think Osario's gonna play out there? Maybe.
I mean, if you want to have Osorio as one of the wide players and then have Millar up top with either David or Lauren.
Because then, if Larea there, Larea could play center back in a back three. So it could be one of those could be one of those where like sometimes Osario's gonna push up and Buchanan makes it kind of like a back five, or like.
Well, if it is, then you would have to play. You would have to play. If you're doing that, it would probably be Johnston at right back. If it's a flexible one, it would be Johnston at right back, and then Larea would be right wing back, and then Buchanan would be playing
Left?
one of the two strikers. No, you'd just be playing up top.
So David and Buchanan is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like some shadow striker type shit.
David
and then
Buchanan.
it would have to be Larea right mid, and then Johnston at right back.
Jason, do you know if Richie Larea is getting called Larea in Nottingham Forest, or if he's getting called Larry?
He hasn't played yet.
I haven't heard too much on the airwaves, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep it low key, so then no one tries to like swoop in, and maybe pick him up in the summer. I get it. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So our predicted lineups of 4-4-2.
Flexible.
4-4-2. Yeah. With Borjan and net, obviously. Johnston, Vittoria, Miller, Adekugbe.
Larea, Fraser, Larea,
and David and Buchanan up top.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's actually
we're doing a predicted line for El Salvador too.
Yeah, I mean like the game's in a few days, and I just did it so then we could base it off of like this game.
Okay.
So like for example, Borjan's gonna still be in net. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. And then because Johnston's played 2 games, it's probably gonna be Larea.
We're doing the flexible 4-4-2 again.
I think this one might be like 5 in the back, so maybe it's gonna be like
4-2-3-1.
So maybe we do center backs for this first one. So like I could see Vittoria playing. I think Vittoria's gonna play like every game. Who else?
Yeah, then it would have to be like
Henry and Millar, or Kennedy and Henry.
Kennedy's gonna play on the left. I guess Henry, but I could see Cornelius playing too.
I'm gonna
because they're both left-footed.
Oh, then yeah, it's gonna be Henry. I could definitely. Henry's gonna play on the right though, probably, and Vittoria in the middle.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I don't know.
I'm just gonna put it like this. I think I could definitely see Henry playing on the left there, and then like probably like
on the left. You mean Kennedy?
Kennedy on the right, Vittoria in the middle, Kennedy on the left.
Kennedy on the right.
Henry.
Wait, I'm so.
Henry on the right, Vittoria in the middle.
Oh, because you said Henry on the left. That's why I was confused the first time. Yeah.
So then the middle's probably gonna be like Larea, Eustachio.
Eustachio would start this game, and then K
Hutch.
Again.
Do you think Hutch?
Hutch, we could play Hutch, yeah.
And
then Gutierrez. Give Gutierrez a game. Fuck it. Actually, we played 290 here. Unless you want to use someone else.
Gutierrez. And then the front 3 is probably going to be.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone I left back too, but I don't know. Okay. Anyways.
David's probably going to be up there somewhere with Laren. I can see this being super flexible.
I don't think they'll play David 3 straight games. Start David 3 straight games.
Okay, so Laren.
I fucking give either Millar or Ugbo. You want to give Ugbo his first game? Start?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, I'll give Ugbo. It's first start.
Ugbo,
Fuck it.
and then do we see Buchanan playing?
Millar, just put Millar.
Fuck it, yeah, Millar.
There we go.
Okay, so for the game against El Salvador, we are predicting that Borjan is going to start in net. Three back, like 3-5 in the back, with Vittoria, Henry on the right, Vittoria in the middle, Kennedy on the left, with Larea, Eustachio, Hutch, and Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Throughout the midfield, and then we got Laren, Ugbo, Millar playing as all like either like fluid front three.
The front three. Yeah. Okay, so just in terms of
Is there anything on the El Salvador game,
now,
real quick?
In terms of news, not really.
Okay. So yeah, you were saying something about transfer news?
In terms of transfer news for Canadians, Theo Bear is a transfer target for St. Johnston, the team of David Witherspoon. So his Hamcam, I think, did not get the option to buy, or there wasn't an option to buy. Honestly prefer him playing in Scotland than Norway.
Yeah.
And
it's better for him too, right? Because he speaks English. I don't think his Norwegian is that good, so it's probably better for him to be in Scotland. Even though, to be fair, Scottish English is kind of hard to understand if you're not used to it.
Yeah. True. Chella Scouts though. So yeah, it also looks like Jebison is getting be called back up to Sheffield. I know they sold Musette, and Brian Brewster just got injured, so this could be a big opportunity for him. And I think.
But is he actually gonna play, or is he gonna be like second striker?
No, he would like still play because they have like bare injuries, and even if he would probably still be rotation. Maybe they give it right away to him, but I'm not sure how it works. All I've been seeing is that I know one of the strikers got injured and one of them got sold, so I don't know if they have someone else waiting in the limbs. I assume they still have a third striker. They wouldn't there's no way they only had two strikers on their whole roster. In terms, I think that's it in terms of transfer news. I don't think anyone else is looking to move out right now. So I think that's it for the Canada Soccer Talk for today. Well, kind of, so the other stuff will be a part of that too. In terms of York United news, we signed Oliver Minital. Most CPL fans will know him as Calvary FC player. Obviously, the year before COVID, he scored a lot of goals for Calvary FC. Then he was all right in the Island games
in the first season,
and then he got injured.
Like the first CPL season was 2019. That was before COVID.
So I think it was the first season. I don't know if he's gonna start. They said the way they talked about him in the video. It sounded like he might be the top number 9, which is gonna be interesting. I don't know what's happening. If he's allowed right, I don't know if Gracier, the Czech Republic, is gonna play as a 9 or if he's gonna play out wide. So interesting to see how that works in terms of playing up front, because I really wanted to see Lowell Wright get a step in minutes and really take his game to the next level. So we'll see what happens there. Also, Ingham did sign for Ottawa. So RIP. At least I like that he's still getting an opportunity though.
Yeah.
Because he did really much last year.
Isn't Ottawa like a really bad team? So like they should be getting a lot of shots on target. So we should see Ingham making a bunch of saves.
They're making lots of good moves though. So we're gonna see how they like last year we were supposed to be last, we came fourth. So
yeah.
One of those bottom feeder teams is gonna make a step this year.
I mean, like, to be fair, Ottawa have been pretty good with like international signings from what I've seen. I mean, like Vashan Neufel, I don't know how good he's been in the CPL, but like on paper that looks like a pretty good transfer.
They did bring Miguel. I'm pretty sure we brought Miguel Acosta back. They signed the Ghanaian center back. He looked pretty decent on his highlights. I think he actually played for North Toronto before. I think it's on his highlights. He was playing for like camera, but he looked really good. And they signed a few other guys. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it looks like they're really building something there. They also got two of the better players in the draft. So we'll see what happens under their new coach.
Yep.
Now on to Toronto FC. Their preseason squad was announced, and the day of the recording, they actually played a game I'll talk about after the roster. First, we're going to go over the roster. Goalkeepers, Alex Bono, Luca Gavin, one of the 6'6" goalie we drafted from St. John's. He's obviously from Hamilton, Ontario. He's unsigned at the moment. Greg Rantinsing, another Toronto, I think Scarborough native. It's basically Toronto. Just signed for us. Full deal. Anja Vialka, TFC2 goal last year, also Estonian. He's here, and then obviously Quinton Westberg. In terms of fullbacks,
I got the
our
fullbacks.
juniors back.
I'll get the fullbacks because
Okay,
I
you
don't
know what
want
to
you to
say
do it.
about the
Yeah.
second guy?
No, like you
'Cause-
could just butt in whenever
okay,
it's
okay.
like. Okay, so first we got
Mhm.
Auro Jr., probably the best right back we have at the club throughout the club's history.
Oh yeah,
Absolute
history.
goat.
Oh yeah.
James
Okay,
doesn't like
bro.
Auro for some reason. I don't know what it is. Then we got Kaden Chung,
Yeah.
who
So obviously Kaden Chung from Pacific FC. Um, First year was alright. Obviously he came from Vancouver Whitecaps. And then he just went to Pacific FC. I think I can't remember if Vancouver just never signed him and then he moved. I can't remember. But he had a really good season last year. One of the best right backs, and obviously he's still young. I think he's 22.
mhm,
So I think that I really like that we're going for some Canadian youth to fill out the depth chart.
yeah. And next we got
Maybe we
Kobe
can give him a shot
Franklin,
at the starting.
who was in the 11. Was it for the USL? USL Best 11. I think he won Best Defender.
I think he was
Maybe.
best. I think it was best defender and like young player of the year. Maybe I can't remember, but it was USL too.
Mhm,
Because I can't remember. I think he was one of the three. Or two of the three. I can't remember.
mhm,
But I really hoping he gets a breakout season. I also hope he gets some minutes in the first team. Like I said, I think that depends on what happens with Kaden Chung or if they're signing more depth at right back to see if
mhm.
he's gonna get given a chance. I really liked what I saw. I used to watch the games on YouTube because USL2 live streams it, but now obviously there's MLS Next. I don't know who will have the rights to that in terms of being able to watch that, but hopefully we have a good team for that.
Mhm. And then next we got Rohan Goldberg, also from the academy.
On FC2, yeah, he was also part, like Kobe Franklin, part of that U17 team that went to the World Cup. Obviously, Kobe Franklin is an 03 though, so he was younger. And Kobe Franklin is eligible for the Canada U20 roster that's coming up. Please don't know it's you have to be 03 or younger because the World Cup's happening next year. The
Mhm.
players that are under 20 now, like that are 19, like if they're an 02, then it doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's people that are going to be U20 in the next year's World Cup. But the CONCACAF, so it's 03s and younger. So
Mhm.
Franklin's the only one eligible. Goldburn was a left back for them. He was all right. For TFC2, I actually think we played a little more advanced. So interesting, though. I like that they're giving him a shot here in the camp, though.
Mhm. And next we got Luca Petrasso, who we signed pretty recently.
They're racing on a homegrown, obviously, brother of other Petrasso, York United.
Mhm.
Why'd I forget his name?
Who? Michael
The
Petrasso.
GOAT. Yeah, the GOAT, Michael
Yeah.
Petrasso. He's a left back. He played. I think he was the reason that Goldman was playing a little more advanced because of Luca Petrasso. Because I think they both wanted to give him some time, give him time to develop. Yeah, he was one of the standouts for TFC2 last year. One of the older players in terms of the young players on this team. He's the oldest of the youngest, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. One
Yeah.
of the well, actually, that's not true. There's still like Okello and Perusa, but I think he's the same age as Perusa, but I could be wrong. I think he's an 01 like us, but I'm not sure.
Imagine calling him
Yeah,
01 old. Jeez.
I said oldest of the youngest.
Yeah.
Then we got Dami Aveda. He is a trialist, um, and he's from Barcelona.
Mhm.
He was playing in the USL for a little bit. I think came from Girona's academy, and he's playing USL in a bit
Good academy.
for a little bit. Yeah, he played Girona Academy, but he was playing in USL for a little bit.
Mhm.
So he either performed really well, and they like what they saw, so they brought him in for trial. I don't really. That's all I really know about him. Um, Comes to center backs, obviously we signed Lucas McNaughton from Pacific FC. The deal was I think, 100 and something K plus. Luke Singh, who also was on this list, is gonna go be on loan at Pacific FC
Okay.
when their season starts. Talon Maples, he was a draft pick from last year, played for TFC2 a lot, was kind of one of the mainstays at center back. Obviously Chris Mavinga, um, is there. Everyone knows Chris Mavinga, don't need much on him. Shane O'Neill we picked up from Seattle Sounders. Less veteran. If it's looking a little not very good, great depth. Obviously, our big pieces look like they're coming in the summer in terms of Salcedo and
I
Crescito.
did hear that Salcedo is his contract is basically 100% done. It just needs to be
Salcedo will
confirmed.
be coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
Salcedo will be coming in February, and Crescito will be coming in July. In terms of that's what
Wait,
the reports
Crescito?
say.
We're actually
Crescito,
signing
yeah,
him? Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like the same thing where we haven't officially announced it, so we can't. But in terms of the reports, I'm going off the reports. It pretty much looks like that's gonna happen, and then but Salcedo will be here earlier. Okay.
Midfielder. We actually have a bunch of midfielders, but obviously there are some wingers here, so it's not just center mids. We got Michael Bradley, captain. He's been here for time.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll be here. We got Dante Campbell.
Dante Campbell. Well, I really liked what I saw from him too when I watched the games. He plays centrally now. I think before he was either a fullback or a winger.
Like a wide
I think
midfielder.
his brother played for a little bit too. I think his brother played in CPL too. I could be wrong, but I know his brother used to be part of the academy too. I was actually really he looked like the leader of the team. I think he was the captain of the U20 of the USL2 team. Toronto FC2. When at least some of the games I watched, most of the time he was the captain. Like I said, I think he's some of the the older ones too. Because I forgot about him when I was talking about older of the youngest. I think he's 23 or maybe even 24. I could be wrong. But yeah, I liked what I really saw from him, so hopefully he gets given a shot.
Antonio Carlini,
another TFC2 guy. He's more younger. I think he's an 02. More offensive, play more of a 10, could play the 8 a little bit. He was pretty good, but I don't think he got as much game time as the others. But also, I caught most of the end of the season because I didn't know we could watch it. So maybe played a lot at the beginning of the season 2. But yeah, he looks promising too, and also has decent potential in FM. So he's a football manager.
Then we got Nobo Okello, obviously at TFC he was on the first team for like 2-3 seasons now, something like that.
I think technically he's been like 4, maybe even, but like technically, well, if he's really count just for like being on the first team, probably 2 years.
Yeah, like 2 years being like impactful to the first team. Yeah. He's obviously can train with the team. And then we got Alejandro Pozuelo, which I was seeing on Twitter. A few people wanted him gone for some reason. I mean, like, I get it. Like he's kind of injury prone, but like it's not as bad as other people.
It's not as bad.
Then we got
Ralph Rizzo.
Okay, you can get water, Jason. It's fine. You could just tell us. You don't have to send it to the group chat.
It was getting spammed, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You could go get water. It's fine.
Stay hydrated.
And James gets to swear while you go, though, so it's fine.
Yeah, the tally's at 4, by the way.
There's definitely been more than 4.
Hey, we're 30 minutes in. That's an average of what?
All right.
Okay.
See you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Get a little break.
Let's continue.
Alejandro Pozuelo, we just talked about that. Ralph Prizzo is training with the team, coming back from, what was it, a broken leg or something?
I can't remember his was ankle, and then Akinola's was the knee injury.
Something like that, yeah. But he had a long-term injury. He's coming back from it now. He's back training with the team. As I think I read, like he was off the weightless treadmill. I forget what it's actually called. He was off of that for like 2 months. Or was that Akinola?
I think that was Akinola, but
that might have been Akinola.
I don't know.
But yeah, next we got God, Jacob Schaffelberg.
Enough said.
Yeah, honestly, it's built different. And then we got Shaquille Marshall-Ruddy. I'm surprised he didn't move to Liverpool because it really looked like he wanted to be there.
Well, because he's not out of contract yet, I don't think. Or like he's not 18 yet, so he can't go yet.
But like it would be nice to try to get some money off of him instead of just letting him go on a free. You know what I mean?
Well, I think at this you don't really have an option, or maybe there is a money in place. We don't know.
Maybe. And Kosi Thompson is the last midfielder here.
He is 03, so he's one of the guys eligible for the U20 roster. More of a winger. I think he'd play up top too. In terms I saw, big main attributes. He had some pace on him. Could go down the dribble, attack people. So typical winger. Interested to see his development. Now,
I'll go over the forwards too because you did a lot of talking. We got Achara. He played Fortnite with my brother. Shout out to Achara.
Yeah.
He actually seems like a nice guy. Apparently my brother told me he was a nice guy. I think he was injured for a bit of last season too.
He was a bit, yeah.
And
no, I think it was the year before.
Near the end of the season. Remember. Yeah, the year before he was up pretty much the entire season.
Yeah.
Ayo Akinola is also in this team. He's back training again after his injury that we talked about a little earlier. I'm gonna skip over the last one. I'm gonna save him for last. We got Wilson Harris.
Wilson Harris is a guy. All we knew is that he was at KC, and he's a forward. That's all I really know.
We don't know too much about him. It looks like TFC are bringing him in basically to scout him on Like, it's better to scout someone with like the coaches
Well,
looking at him instead of just like scouting him
Mm-hmm.
like with games and stuff.
Looks like he just came out of contract, so yeah.
Yeah. We got Deandre Kerr, who I know nothing
He
about, but you do.
we signed. That's who we signed from Syracuse.
Mhm.
He would have actually been would have been in the draft this year, or probably would have been taken in the draft, but because he played TFC Academy before, we had his rights, so we signed him to a homegrown.
Mhm.
Had a really good year. Was when he's his sophomore year. He was impressive in his first year. He was all ACC, all freshman team. I forgot how much we talked about it last time when we signed him. I forgot how much goal contributions and stuff. But he was one of my favorite guys to watch at the U17 World Cup in 2019. He
Mhm.
was playing more centrally then. He was like a box to box physical presence, but now he's played more out wide. So and he did make an impact today, which we'll talk about after the game today that happened.
Yep.
Um,
And then we
yeah.
got Hugo Mbong, who is the brother of Ralph
The younger
Prizo
brother
Mbong.
of Ralph Prizo. He's
Yep.
I think he's actually in 04. I
Mhm.
think he's in 04, so he's the same as Jaquil Marshall.
And he's in the academy.
The reason it's in Bong, Ralph Prizo's name is actually Ralph Prizo and Bong. He just keeps the Prizo. I don't know why. It could be something.
It's
I'm
probably
not
just
really
easier.
sure.
I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. Yeah, but this is his younger brother who was, if Jaquil wasn't there, was probably one of the highest regarded in terms of just the academy people, kids coming up. He was really high regarded. He was scoring goals like nothing in that US. I forgot the USDL or I forgot what it was. It was the US something development league where all the academies were playing. That in 2018. I think it was either 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. And he was scoring goals. It's the year TFC beat LAFC in the academy. JQ was on that team too, and other guys obviously. But Hugo Bong, I'm assuming he's gonna be part of the MLS next team. But yeah, maybe he gets given some chances because Akinola is not fully fit yet, and he impresses and gets some game time with the first team.
Actually, let us know in the comments before we get to the next player if it's Prizo or Prizo. Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you guys think.
Prizo.
After Mbong, it is Jaden Nelson.
None other people really know. That was highly regarded in the academy. Obviously, hasn't really exploded onto the scene as people thought he would, destroying the academy stage. Like just him, he was really impressive and one of the standouts in like the GA generations Adidas Cup and stuff. But I really like him. He has some really explosive plays. Could really take people on. Obviously was on trial at Anderlecht, and I can't remember if the other ones were confirmed, but I know he was for sure at Anderlecht. So he might be making a move this summer. But with this more possession game and not much, just be able to get on the ball more, I think will just help Jaden Nelson more.
Yep. And next we got Jordan Perusa, who's been in the first team last year.
Yeah, I said before, I think he'll get more shots too. Now that we don't have a number 9, at least right now. Well, we do, but in terms of I don't think it's set in stone.
Yeah.
Well, people want Akinola, but obviously he's not fully back yet. Obviously Empoli Academy for a little bit, then came back to Toronto FC2, was all right. He went on loan for USL for a little bit. He did really well at San Antonio. It hasn't quite blown up Toronto FC2, but has some promise, so they're giving him more shot. They obviously, I think, pretty sure they re-signed him this year too.
Yep. And second last player, we got Rashaan Walks.
Rashaan Walks, so he was one of the draft picks. He is from Toronto, or I know he's for sure from Canada. I don't know 100% who he played for. He is a winger. Him, I don't know as much as the other guy. I know. I just know he was impressive, but he was at not like one of the like D1 schools, or maybe it was D1, but it wasn't in a great conference.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
know
much.
The last player we got in the squad for the training squad. But what's the squad actually called? Just the training camp roster?
Well, it's just the preseason training camp. Yeah.
Sebastian Giovanko is training with the TFC. You guys probably saw it on TFC's Instagram. If you guys followed him there, you guys should follow him there. They like snapped a pic of him in training. It looks like he wants to be the striker for TFC this season. It looks like it doesn't even look like he's playing for the money. He just kind of wants to play for TFC and end his career in the right way. Then again, he has gotten a shit ton of money playing for Juventus. TFC gave him a bunch of money, and he definitely got paid a lot of money in Saudi Arabia.
I think he just wants to end,
Or wait, where
like
did he play? Was it
retire
Saudi
TFC.
Arabia or was it Abu
It
Dhabi?
was no, it was Saudi Arabia.
Okay,
He played for like the same team as
Gomes.
and another guy too. But yeah, bro, he scored like the reason I was like he scored like he scored like 3 goals or 4 goals. He wasn't very impressive.
Yeah.
He wants to come back here. I don't think he's gonna be a star unless he really comes and impresses in preseason. I don't think he's gonna be the guy up top. He could be, but I don't think he's just gonna come be that. And like you said before, he's not here for the money. He just wants to end TFC. Kind of like Ronaldo, he wants to end at Sporting, the place where it's kind of just his home now.
Yeah, and it does look like
So
Giovanko wants to live in Toronto.
well,
Like, it looks like he likes
lives in
Toronto. He
Toronto.
likes
He's
the
been
city.
living in Toronto when he
So,
wasn't playing
It does look good for
abroad.
like players coming in from like Europe or South America and stuff. It just shows how nice of a city Toronto is to live in. That like players after they finish their careers kind of want to settle down in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
It does like help out with recruitment because like Toronto, for other sports like basketball, for example, it's hard for us to sign players because nobody wants to go to Toronto.
Not in recent times, but in recent times it's been better.
Yeah, but like historically. So
yeah,
it is nice to see that Giovanko's back. We'll see
Mhm.
how he does. You know, it might just
How he
be
does.
maybe he just didn't mesh well in the team he was at before. You never know. We'll just have to wait and see. Was he actually playing in the game today? I didn't like check anything.
The roster was the roster wasn't like the not the roster. The lineup wasn't released because I don't know if because it's kind of it was kind of like it was the first game, so it was more like about fitness, I think, and
Yeah.
it wasn't much about just so they didn't record it. Like people were, like the guy who's head of social media, like put a post like before, like the day before, saying like, no, I'm not recording it, and no, not this happening, because every year he gets beefed at because people want to see the preseason games. He's like, dude, it's not my fault. We're not seeing the preseason games. Like
Yeah.
he tweets it out. His name's Eric. I think it's Goamete. I forgot what it is. So basically, the score was 5-4. We lost. So goal palooza. We actually conceded 2 PKs in the first minute, like literally the first, like dude, it was
The first
funny
minute they
because
scored, and I'm assuming that's the penalty.
it was one of the penalties.
Yeah.
The games just started, and then like freaking they scored. It was like goal. LA Galaxy in the comments were like oh no, here we go again. Because basically it was like it's like oh fuck, nothing happened. But yeah. And then I think it was. Oh, it doesn't say how much time later.
It does say.
It doesn't say them.
Oh,
it's hard.
yeah.
It's hard to tell because I'm doing it based off how they posted on Twitter because there wasn't very much information. Now it doesn't have. It just says 9 hours. It doesn't have like in between 10 minutes.
I got the stuff. I got the stuff here.
Okay, you wanna go for it?
So Jaden Nelson scored in the 3rd minute. Don't know how he scored. I don't know how any of these players scored. I'm gonna be
honest. It really
honest.
says how he scored.
Well, it doesn't for me. I just got the goal scores for TFC.
Well, that's why I was saying the Twitter. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but I got like the minutes and stuff. He scored in the 3rd minute. Then
yeah, it was a calm curled finish to the far post. So that's how he scored.
And then LA Galaxy scored in the 17th minute. Another I don't really care who scored. That was the other PK. Okay. And then 4 minutes later, in the 21st minute, Deandre Kerr scored. Yeah. And then he scored again. What is that?
Yeah.
17 minutes later, in the 38th minute, right before halftime, to make it 3-2. And then I remember LA Galaxy scored right before halftime.
Another PK was 3 PKs.
3 PKs?
Oh, no, it's 2. Never mind. The first one wasn't a PK.
Oh, okay. And then they scored right after halftime in the 48th minute. And then Jordan Perusa scored in the 66th minute.
It was a banger because it says here special strike on the half volley levels the match for us. And then the guy who he has his own account and he retweeted it with like some emoji like some crazy shit. Like he scored basically a banger. The way he said it was. Yeah.
And then LA Galaxy scored again in the 68th minute, and nobody scored past that point. 5-4 for LA Galaxy. But then again, it's preseason.
I don't think I'm that worried. Like I said, it's first game, and knowing that our big defensive pieces are not here makes me think that this is still promising because we're able to score the goals. And like I said, our big defensive pieces are not here, like Crescito and Salcedo. So and obviously it was 2 PKs too. So I don't know if they were deserving PKs either.
Do we know lineups or anything?
I know they didn't post it.
Because I was gonna say this is probably just like them just like testing out the players that they have, like the
Well,
newer
yeah, well
players. So like
that's what
Rashaan
preseason
Walks
is.
and Bong, Harris, Perusa played. He probably got subbed on. Cozy
Well, it wasn't because
Thompson,
Jaden Nelson
Carlini,
scored and
Campbell.
Deandre Kerr, and then it was Perusa. So it was like lots of the young Canadian guys. You could see a photo at the beginning of the game. Jaquil was there. Um, you could see Achar was playing in one of the photos. I'm not sure who number 31 is. I'm not sure that is. Could be another trialist. But yeah, obviously there's more games. I think there's 2 more games left in LA. Then they're gonna go to in Austin to play some friendlies. They
Mm-hmm.
said that one might be filmed, but they're not sure yet, so they don't know. Like I said, I think that's promising that we scored lots of goals.
Yeah.
Obviously, conceding that many goals is concerning, but 2 of them were PKs, and we didn't have. We are making improvements, signing improvements right now for the
Mm-hmm.
defensive core
And
that are
also,
coming in
it's
that
the
are big
first game
improvements. So
back,
I wouldn't be
right?
worried.
It's the first game back,
Mhm.
so obviously the defense needs time to like gel together, and especially with the new coach,
Mhm.
it's gonna take a little bit of time for everything
Mhm.
to set in
But it seems
properly.
like he played most of the young Canadians, and I like that they contributed.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, good for them. In terms of other news, um, nothing really. It's kind of just getting started, hoping for a big year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it for today. What's our time? I think this might be
40,
really short.
46 minutes.
40, this is more than the last podcast. Wasn't
Now, last
the last
podcast was
pod?
an hour.
Oh, I thought we were like quick on that. Oh no, I mean this was quicker than the squad when we talked about the
Nah, the squad
squad.
reveal was like half an hour.
Okay, but we had good time today.
Yeah.
Um, when I don't, so we did have a shorter menu today, so it was expected, even though it kind of was expected to go over because it was expected to go lower. But we didn't
Mm-hmm.
have our usual prem predictions at the end, which made a difference.
Yeah. Parent predictions will be back probably next week. It's just there's no games
Mm-hmm.
going on between now and
National break.
Friday. So
Mm-hmm.
on Friday we'll or next Friday we'll be back with the Premier League
Podcast.
predictions.
This podcast totally wasn't supposed to be filmed tomorrow,
Or
and we just like spent
yesterday.
like 5 hours playing GeoGuessr.
Yeah.
That did not
Let us know
happen.
if you guys want us to make like some like soccer GeoGuessr, like Sporkle videos. Just
Yeah,
let
we
us
could do
know.
that.
I mean, it's like crappy content that we could be able to just spam out whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Just let us know if you want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of thinking we might do that, but we need to talk about it as a group.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't had the time yet.
Jason
But
said he wants to do the intro.
the outro. You want to do the outro?
He wants to do the outro.
James, you only sweared 4 times today. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't.
There's
He
no
didn't swear
way.
when you were gone.
There's no way I sweared 4 times. I
I'm pretty
definitely more than
sure
4.
you were like swearing for the first half, I think, but like
Glare,
second
though.
half it was quite clean. Like I didn't get
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I like to see that.
You start
Improvements,
to
people.
swear.
Improvements.
You start to swear when you're like high energy, but you were kind of like mellow. When you start,
Yeah.
no, 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 and you
Well.
start saying stuff like, "Now that effing schmuck," like,
Yeah.
I think that's the most common phrase on this podcast I use.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were supposed to record this yesterday, but we got distracted and we didn't. But let us know if you want to see like other content. Just let us just like slap something in the comments. Just like a video you want us to do. If you want us to react to something, we could do that. Just we want to hear from like people who are watching, you know, what they want to see. I think that's it for the podcast. I don't have anything
So,
else to
The
add.
Raptors won in third overtime. I think
Yeah, I
four.
saw
Wait, is it
that.
fourth overtime?
I think it was third.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
overtimes. That was crazy. But yeah, thank you for watching the podcast. If you made it this far, like and subscribe down below. It takes 2 seconds, helps out the channel a lot. You can follow us on social media.
Make sure not to cause a ruckus at next game. You know.
Yeah.
I know we're big time, and everyone wants to take a photo with us, but we don't want to break the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Maybe after we can take photos after, just off the
After,
stadium,
yeah.
so we don't like
Ground level.
Yeah.
center field.
Follow us on social media. It's all down below. We got our personals and the InControl group social medias. If you want to see the games,
Also join the Discord too if you want.
Yeah, join the Discord. I'm not even sure if that's on that.
It's popping.
But Honduras game is going to be on Twitch and YouTube James is going to be streaming on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch for legal reasons. I have to point that out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But it's basically going to be the same stream.
Yeah, we're both gonna. Okay, I don't even know. Okay, you know what? Just do your.
But yeah,
do your thing.
thank you so much. We'll see you at the Honduras game, and then after that, we'll see you next
Jason
podcast.
Derulo.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
People, Mr.
Peace.
Worldwide,
Hey,
Kilo
hey.
5.
I'm just going to leave that in. Peace.